Well, we didn't repent for our greedy ways, so now we're going to hell.
I mean, okay. I was about to say it doesn't have to be. It could just be a fairy themed castle.
It's hell, dude. And here's the thing. Like, of course, it could just be we're in the middle of a volcano, etc. But there's a reason why I say this is definitely hell. That we'll see once we get to the frog statue.
What I find fascinating though is that Wario literally goes to hell and back for money.
Yep. Well, hell is apparently a reachable dimension just from this pyramid.
That's true. Mario's the morality in Mario's universe has to be different when you're physically able to see this sort of thing.
Well, there's also the fact that, well, how do I put? No, the thing is that it actually brings up a lot of things with the Mario series in terms of extra lives. Has there ever been a game that like turned that on its head?
The concept of extra lives?
Yes,
Hmm.
because I'm trying to think, and that sounds like something in the RPG you do, but like, oh no, that just the extra
That,
lives
that,
just
that,
revive after fainting.
that
So,
sounds like something an indie game would do.
well, yeah, but I'm drawing a blank. But Wario don't need no extra lives. He only has the one, and that's all he needs.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that also brings up something where Wario is basically, well, what would I say, multifaceted? With all the with all the stuff that he does on a regular basis. Sure, he's not doing. Well, actually, he might be more multifaceted. Let me think about this. Wario is a tennis player. He's also a golf player. He's also in Mario Kart. He basically does the things Mario does. Um, Mario is a doctor, questionably. Um, Wario owns a game company that does well 5 out of 7 times. I think
Mm.
it's 5 out of 7. Um, but that rakes in a lot of money. He's a treasure hunter of his own accord, and a very successful one. Even though they say that just he keeps, because in WarioWare, like sometimes he loses his money that he gains through things that he, through his own actions, sometimes not. I think. I think was there sometimes not? I'm not sure, but I know that a lot of times it's through his own actions. Um, but he keeps. He doesn't look rich in any point when he's starting back. Like he has weird places for his houses, sure, but he never looks rich. And maybe he's minimalist, I don't know. But in WarioWare Gold, specifically, he's playing games and he's hungry, and then he realizes, oh wait, I want pizza. Oh right, no money. It's like, oh, so he's poor then. It's weird because this is after everything, so it just makes me think that he's a lavish spender.
Just kind of sad.
Considering
After
all the stuff
all
he,
of this stuff he's done, and now he's poor. Like he's
yeah,
self-destructive.
it's just like considering all this, not even just everything with the Wario Land games, provided they're not played poorly, you get a lot of money from them, and there are let's see, 1 to 4, Master of Disguise, and Shake It, and technically Wario World. Um, but you have all of that, and just at the end with WarioWare Gold, where he still must have kept some of his money from the video game company. Just like he didn't lose all of it every single time. Just with all of that, what is he spending it on?
You know, it
That's
could very well just mean no money on him because all of his money is in the bank.
Then
Or,
why didn't he just drive to go get it instead of starting up his
or
company
like
again
all
and
of his
go?
money are liquid
Is
assets, or I'm not sure what the term is, but all of his money is in jewels and gold and stuff, which can't just be traded for pizza. And he's too lazy to do it, so he's sitting on all of his adventuring money.
that
And
last one actually kind of makes sense.
yeah, he's sitting on his adventuring money, and he's squandered his video game money.
That's sad. Are we at the frog statue? I think we're close to it. There we go. Hell has
Oh,
frozen over.
oh, that's cool. That's a cool concept.
Yep. So now we have to go back, but now all the platforming's different because the lava pillars are now ice pillars. There's snowball stuff, new puzzles using the ramps. It's
I like
really
that. It's
cool.
like the devil is like, no one's gonna escape here until hell freezes over. And then Warrior's like, that's cool.
It's like, dang it, we brought somebody who's immortal in here. We gotta stop him.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. As in, Warrior's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I before he used to, I always just like thought it was weird, just like he was just a weird concept that Nintendo just didn't give up. And just like now after getting acquainted with the franchise and everything else, it's like there's like an appreciation here. It's like of like him as a character and all the other stuff he does. It's obvious you can't break through them unless you're a snowball, me. Come on. Even though that physics really shouldn't work, like at all, that constantly throws me off sometimes.
All of the things are frozen.
You do realize that we made like the thing of cool and like 2 times before this.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I doing? I can just go, what am I doing? Oh, that was stupid of me. Is this something I have to go back and do because I missed something? I think so.
Yeah, isn't one of the things are frozen? How do you get that?
Well, look, that's a jewel. I don't need to get the jewel.
Okay.
It's just extra money. But there's a point down there where if I just stayed on the platform and went left, I could have hit the snowball and rolled down there. And I'm thinking, just from my perspective now, it's obvious that they're hiding something at that point. So how did I just like have a huge brain fart and miss it? As I said, probably I'm going to have to go back for it.
It reminds me of my recent brain fart, where people on a post were talking about great Pokemon rivals. And I was saying, yeah, Caleb and Serena are pretty good. And for some reason, I brain farted so hard that I said Caleb and Serena instead of Sharon and Bianca. And
Oh,
and
wait,
like
that was wait on a forum on where?
online.
Oh, oh.
So I was just like, yeah, Caleb, and I was like 2 hours later, I'm thinking, wait a second, what the
They
heck?
just come back to like 20 messages.
Yeah, it's just it. I don't know how I did it.
Oh man, you might as well have. By the way, in my recent playthrough of Emerald, Brendan is kind of a jerk.
Oh yeah, honestly,
Like,
I won't. I think the Gen 3 rivals aren't that great either.
well, of course they're not that. The Gen 3 rivals aren't that great. I do like what they did in the remakes with them, but in the original, it's like they were forgettable. But something I realized is that May out of the two is more bland. Yes, yeah, I'm missing one. It's probably back in there, but like Brendan is kind of a jerk. When you have his dialogue, he constantly tries to like see himself as like lord himself over you in a way whenever he can. except just like after you basically beat him up, and take his lunch money. Uh, he just like goes off, and then it's just shown that he's actually pretty humbled by it. Like that time where like in before 4-3, Scott says that he saw him passing and his face was totally red with some crazy anger once you beat him.
That's
That's
funny. What's the
and not
unifying theme of these levels?
horror, which is another reason why I said hell.
Okay, yeah, continue now.
So just in between that, I remember specifically that May, during that point where they try to, go into the champions room, um, May's May just like takes it in stride and just like, yeah, okay, I'm not actually angry about this. Just thought I could. Oh well, good job, being champion. But Brendan is when Wallace tells like, what? Just like, why did I say it like that? That sounds like the most unnatural what I've ever pronounced. But yeah, he says what, there's a whole bunch of ellipses. It's like, well, I can't be helped. Well, it can't be helped. Just, okay, Brendan, that's fine. I mean, I won't even be seeing you after this for any specific reason. And your starter's probably not fully evolved yet, which was weird. But you do you, man.
Yeah.
That being said, something I do have to give them credit for is how hard that fight after Slateport is with them, especially if you chose Mudkip.
Yeah, everyone says those specific rival fights, the fight after Slateport for Gen 3, and the fight in Azalea Town for Gen 2. And those are like the most popular rival battles.
Yeah, wait, I could have sworn there was one more.
One more, let me think. Oh yeah, the one right outside Rock Tunnel for Gen 1.
Oh, right.
You find it out of Rock Tunnel, and then what's his name comes. Time to battle.
Oh, and this is where they introduced teleporting floors for some reason.
You mean
And
walls?
never again. Well, and ceilings, technically.
I mean, aren't those background walls?
Wait, what do you mean?
The teleporting stuff. Those look like background walls, not floors or ceilings.
Yeah, but I know, I'm just saying that because they're touching all sides, technically it could be construed as both.
Okay.
As well, see? But I think there are two treasures in here, which is why you have to get Fat Wario. And then you have to get Spring Wario to get up there. And Spring Wario is infinitely more fun to use than Spring Mario.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Have you gotten that far in Galaxy?
No, I haven't played it Galaxy yet.
I could have sworn you did.
Huh?
I could have sworn you did for a while. Did I make that up?
No, my nephew started playing Galaxy. I was playing Twilight Princess. We all know
Oh,
who
what a
made
good
the better
decision you
choice.
made.
Yeah. Well, I especially since now I found out that I'm able to play Wind Waker. I want to get Twilight Princess out of the way.
Understandable.
Since I want to play what I assume will be more fun. Even though I hear Wind Waker was actually like unfinished, and so there are parts that feel obviously not.
The last part with the Triforce shards and shards, you're going to hate that in the original Wind Waker.
Oh yeah. Plus I hear there's like clearly supposed to be another temple somewhere that didn't happen.
That sounds familiar. Can't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I really wish though? I really, really wish that more Let's Players, well, this isn't a shock for you and me, but would play Minish Cap. Here's the thing. Chugga Conroy is actually doing a playthrough of Phantom Hourglass right now. Is getting some people to give it a chance, which is great.
No, you wish
Even
more
though
Let's
I
Players
think-
played the handhelds.
Yeah, Um,
I wish more
and
Zelda fans appreciated the handhelds. When they're like, we haven't had a Zelda game in 5 years since since Skyward Sword. I'm like, Triforce Heroes and Link, A Link Between
Between
Worlds,
Worlds,
they both exist. And they're both very good. One better than the other, of course.
and then just there's like the problem with that. Do they consider? No, it's actually no. That entire thought is stupid. Moving on. So yeah, this haunted hotel. I mean, certain places are locked off until you get the frog, but you have a general map of this place, of the walls, and the directions you need to take to get to places in the rooms.
This sounds like an awful place. Because when I think hotel, I think, oh wow, 10,000 rooms.
Well, there's actually not that much. It's
But it's
pretty
four
manageable.
floors.
Yeah, and of course it says that there are some that are only accessible after you get the frog statue, and you have a map that basically just shows you what level you're at and at what position you're at.
Oh yeah, there's a map on the walls.
Yeah, that's what I just said, with the map of the walls, like literally a minute ago.
I mean, they knew that you needed it.
Well, this would be. The thing is, I think even without the map, it wouldn't be as tedious as some other levels like this. Like truly.
Yeah, I'm thinking
just not
Hazy Maze
enough.
Cave, even though that also had a map. I've grown to appreciate Hazy Maze Cave.
Yes, and I just like at that point, just like I've grown to question our friendship. I think I told you at one point is that if you ever come to me one day and say, you know what, Wet Dry World's actually pretty good, I'd either drop our friendship or think that you're some pod person created to be a clone of my friend.
There I have my limits, and I doubt I'm going to appreciate Wet Dry World. But so I'm going to probably say, if I'm saying annoying Mario 64 levels, it'd be Wet Dry World, and what would be the maybe Shifting Sandland, maybe Lethal. Probably still Hazy Maze Cave. I like it, but
the thing is,
it's still probably the most annoying one before the later levels.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't hate Shifting Sandland. And I honestly found I had the most fun in Lethal Lava Land, to be completely honest. But maybe that's just me. But the thing is that I didn't do all of the missions when playing the game. Of course, with some levels I didn't get it. I didn't get what I was supposed to do. And in some other levels it was just so tedious whenever you failed. Like doing anything in Rainbow Ride or Tall Mountain and one failure just ruins you. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Tall Mountain isn't that annoying. Rainbow Ride is very annoying. Yes, failure in Rainbow Ride, because failure in Tall Mountain, oh, you fall down and the mountain's tall and you have to go back up. Failure in Rainbow Ride means you're dead and you have to redo the level. I'm like,
Well, that's just it. In Tall Mountain, you can basically just redo the level based off where you fall.
Well, I guess that's true. Redoing the level, it's still redoing the level because you're just starting from the beginning.
And at least with Rainbow Ride, depending on the mission, you just have to go through that initial carpet thing, which is stupid, and then afterwards it branches off into 3 paths, or 4, I forget which. But the point is that it's really, there are just some things in that game that I don't that I don't understand. How people can look at it and be like, nah, this was fine, what you talking about? Unfortunately, death for him is permanent. So I won't be getting the treasures here.
Does it only come up if you kill those things?
No, yeah. Well, no, the thing is, this time the treasure here is the amount of points. Yeah. You get a massive amount of points, maybe some hearts. And so it doesn't bum me out that much. But remember that no major treasures are in those prize rooms. It's always more jewels and such. You know, these guys going perusing a haunted motel remind me of Super Mario Land 2. Did you finish that game, by the way?
No, I finished Super Mario Land.
Oh, big whoop! Anyone can do that. But Super Mario Land 2 is the stuff of kings in terms of kings of level design.
Yes, it is. It's such a good game.
It's weird how I barely heard anything about it until like the Brental Floss song and the Wario hypnotizing everyone commercial. This
My big hear people talk about it thing was when they made the DX version that added color to all the levels.
which I somehow did not know about until after I recorded it, I think.
Yeah, well, I think that might have come out after you recorded it.
But yeah, that whole puzzle thing was where we needed to fall down to go get that fourth part, and we have to go all the way back. Of course, the key here is to just like fall on the block because you won't phase through it immediately. You'll only dissipate if you hit yourself on floors. And so now I have to try and go back to where I originally was to try and find that frog statue, because you cannot, even if all four things are on, I check back here just in case the guy respawned. It's like, even if the things, all four things would be before the frog statue, which I'm not sure, is there a level like that? I'm sure there must be like one at least. But even then, the portal doesn't open back up until you touch the frog statue. And of course there's me trying to figure out this little puzzle. Where it's actually just like the same principle as dealing with the pig. Remember that whole thing with the level with the pig, except that I thought I had to... No, sorry, I thought it was the same principle as that, but I thought I had to like try and ground pound him up those things, but it wasn't working until I realized, oh yeah, I can carry enemies. Completely forgot about that for a hot second. Either way, Dimension's in ruin now, but the thing is about this level is that if you know about the part to the far left, how to get to that part specifically, you can get down to the lower level easily. Of course, do I take it? I'm pretty sure I take it. And even though this is hard mode, it's over 3 minutes, so I think they're a bit generous with this one. Anyways, so we're wrapping up. Any other topics?
I was gonna mention I remember when I was playing Heart Gold, and I got so stuck at Bugsy because he has a scyther and the scyther is very strong. So I'm like, you know what? This is annoying. I'm gonna go train in Alex Forest. And then I'm walking towards Alex Forest and I'm stopping like, what the heck's going on? And I completely forgot about the silver battle. And then he destroyed me. And then I was like, so I am completely stuck.
You affirmed, and then you affirmed his mindset.
Yep. So
Which
I
is
was
better
like,
than what happened with...
I had nothing I could
because
do
that actually makes
because I was
sense.
stuck between two sets of people, both of whom I couldn't beat. I don't remember what
That was basically me with Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, where the final boss, just like I was not prepared for the final boss. Just like I really should have gone back to the kingdom and healed. But the thing is that while I was going back to the previous town, the last town to heal, what happened was that a random battle was spawned between me and that town. And for the life of me, I could not beat that random battle without losing some of my troops. Like two. And losing your troops in Fire Emblem is permanent. So it was either try your best to not lose your troops there, or fight your final boss with all the troops, but you guys aren't going to be healed. And let's just say that I did not finish the game as a child.
So you had no healing items?
To use on the map, no. I
Oh.
don't remember them specifically.
I mean, just use that turn to heal up in game.
Well, no. Here's the thing. That sounds like it should have been obvious, but but if I played that thing over so many times that as a kid, like either that must have been like an obvious detail that I passed through, which I highly doubt, because of how long I was playing that game, or I really was out of items that lasted me enough past the final boss, and the terrain of the thing that spawned between me and the town was horrible, and the enemies just destroyed me.